So these are the OpenSQL operations what we have discussed yesterday: insert, update, modify, and delete. So you know what is the difference between OpenSQL and native SQL? What is the recommended SQL we need to write? Is it
Open
Open
OpenSQL?
SQL.
SQL.
Oh, it is OpenSQL. Okay,
Open
always
Sir.
implement OpenSQL.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll create a program using this database operations like insert, update, modify, and delete to create the entries or to modify the entries in a database table.
sir.
So for that we have a table, some employee data table with how many fields? Five fields.
Five
Five.
fields.
Five fields. And there is one primary key, that is employee ID. Is there any foreign keys? No, I guess.
No, sir.
Yeah, sorry guys. Uh, so we have a table with five fields and employee ID is a primary key. So let's insert the data using database operations and try to update, modify, and delete the records using OpenSQL statements, right?
Yes.
First, what is the input? What is the input we need? We need some data, right?
Sir.
We need some data, right, to create in this table.
Yes, sir.
So that might be in the form of file with
Right.
multiple records, or you can also create a simple selection screen with employee ID, employee name, date of join, phone number, and city, where you can enter the details and execute and create the records. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When you are creating the programs, get familiar with the transport requests. Okay. Assigning package
Yes,
and
sir.
creating transport requests. Assign proper descriptions to the transport requests. Now,
Yes, sir.
first we'll see one simple example. So we'll try another program with file input. You know how to upload the file. If it is a text file, we use GUI upload. If it is an Excel file, we use XLS to SAP function module to upload the data into internal table. Once the data is in internal table, then we can do any operations on that data. First, we'll see one simple example. I'll introduce radio buttons also. So what is a radio button?
To choose one option.
Hide.
To choose any one option, right?
Yes, sir.
Checkbox. What is checkbox? Checkboxes can be multiple selection, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Checkboxes is like when you have a multiple choice answer where the answer there might be two correct answers, right?
Yes, sir.
Out of four, there might be two correct answers. Then at that time you have to provide a checkbox option, right? So that user can select two options. But when we provide a radio button, when the user should select only one option,
An option.
then we provide radio button,
Yes,
right?
sir.
First define a radio button. I'll name it as RB1, radio button 1. Radio button group, some name G1. I'm saying it as G1. So you need to group multiple radio buttons, okay, with single group, so that in that group of radio buttons at a time user can select only one radio button. If you provide a different group, user can select both radio buttons from one group and then radio buttons from a different group, okay. So if you
Okay,
want
sir.
to make the user select only one radio button, you have to group that with the same group name
Group.
G1, okay. Sorry, let's take it as RB2.
RB2. G.
Or I'll take like this: IN, UP, MD.
Modify.
You can give any name, but I'm giving some familiar names. DL, right? This is radio button. You can select one radio
Any one
button,
of them.
any one of the options, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's change the group. I'll make the other two radio buttons as G2. Now execute. You can select two, one from group 1 and the other one from group 2, right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now I'll define some parameters to enter the data. P underscore emp id type. Usually migration programs will not be like this, but I'm just providing you an example so that you can understand radio buttons also.
Yes, sir. Type EMP.
Maybe, yeah. I need to take data element and stop that. So I'm not taking city because I don't need to enter because my office is in only Vijayawada or Hyderabad. So I'll enter only Hyderabad. So I don't want to take it. I'll pass it as a hard coded value.
Yes.
Now, what is the important input here to create the record for this table? Primary key
ID.
value, primary key value, EMP ID. So that I'm using a validation. If
Yes, sir.
is initial, what do you mean by is initial?
No record.
If it is empty,
If it isn't, yes.
type E and what else? Yeah, employee ID is mandatory and I want employee name also make it mandatory. Okay, so let's assume these two fields are mandatory inputs. Now I have four radio buttons, right? When should I perform which operation? If p underscore in or in, yeah, in equal to or is not initial. You can take this, you can check is not initial because at a time only one radio button will be not initial, remaining will be initial, right? Since we are using the same group, correct? Or you can also check like this, else if p underscore which one up equal to abap underscore true. Modify and dl
Delete.
and if when we need to insert, we'll use this will be executed when we need to select radio button in, right? Let me maintain the selection text also.
Date of join. Insert. Update.
Okay, this is our selection screen. Okay, now user needs to select the radio button and needs to enter the data, right?
Yes.
First we'll implement for insert. So at a time how many records can user enter here?
Four,
How
sir.
many employee records can enter here?
One record, sir.
Only one employee record.
One, sir.
So
sir.
at a time only one employee record can be entered here. So observe the insert statement. Now tell me which one is the suitable insert statement here. Using work
Work
area
area.
or internal table?
Work
Work
area, sir.
area, sir.
Using work area, right?
Yes, sir.
So insert into database table values from work area.
Values, work area.
Now for that we need a work area, right? Define one work area. What is the type? What should be the type of this work area? Same type as
Uh,
database table, right?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Same type as database table and pass the data
Yes.
to this work area hyphen. What are the fields? Employee ID equal to p underscore emp id. Pass the parameters data to this work area. For city, I'm not taking any input. I'll hard code the value.
Sir.
Here, you need to take constant, okay? Don't take static text. Define a constant and pass the constant here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, I populated the work area. Now, insert. Do we have into? Insert into.
Yes, sir.
What is the
Yes, sir.
syntax? Insert into database table values
Database
work
table.
area.
Work area.
So this is the database table values, right?
Yes, sir.
So what we need to do after database statement? If equal to 0,
Commit.
commit work.
Yes, sir.
Else
Roll back.
rollback work.
Roll back.
Is it mandatory to add this statement? Is it mandatory to add commit work statement in the report program? It is not mandatory because after the
If
program
you want,
execution, a
It will
default commit
automatically.
work will trigger
automatically.
automatically. Okay. But if you need to
Yes, sir.
create the record immediately during the program runtime only, then you need to
Please
work.
commit.
You need to use
Commit
commit
work.
work. For now, I'll just comment this so that you can observe the difference. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if there is any error, we have to raise the error, right?
Yes. No record or.
Okay.
Yes.
Use parameters, not parameter. Parameters. Okay. Now keep a breakpoint here. Select insert. Which type you have taken for this? Okay, character. Some date of join, some phone number. Execute. What is p underscore in? So p underscore insert is selected. Remaining should be blank. up md should be blank. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now initially this work area is blank. We have defined this table work area with reference to the database table. I'm populating the data here. Data is populated. F5 sub RC 0. So that means it should be successfully inserted, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go and check in the
Yes,
table.
sir.
Insert statement is successfully executed. Record is not found in the table because commit work is not completed yet, right?
Yes, sir.
F8 program execution completed. So our program execution is completed. Now check the record. Now we have a record, right?
Yes, sir.
Because a default commit is executed after the program execution, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let me enable commit work. One zero one. Execute. 6. So record is created. Sub RC 0. F6. Commit work is also completed. Now go and check the record in the table. 101, right?
Yes, sir. 101.
Record is created, right? Because commit
Yes,
work
sir.
completes the logical unit of work. Logical unit of work nothing but collection of database statements will be submitted to database. Okay. Until
Yes,
the
sir.
commit work execution, it will just collect all the database updates. It won't commit to the database, backend database. Okay.
Yes, sir.
F8. Now I'm executing for the same record again. I'm not changing the employee ID, trying to insert the same record again.
It will roll back.
Subars is 4
Force.
because employee ID is the primary key.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's not
Yes,
allowing
sir.
to create one more record with the same
With
employee
that
ID.
same ID.
If you have multiple primary keys, it will check for that combination. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If that combination is repeating, it won't accept that same combination again. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
If you have 10 primary keys, it will, so that combination should match with any of the existing record combination, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
10 fields value combination should match with any of the existing fields combination, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, so insert is completed. Now let's try update the record. For update also we have a single, but in update we have multiple options. One is collecting the data into
Where
work
condition?
area and update. The other one is using where condition,
Where contain?
and the other one is updating from database table.
Internal
Let's try the
table.
first one. Sorry, internal table. Update
Sir.
database table from work area. First populate the work area. For example, I would like to change
Name.
name. For example, I'll add like this. Update. Okay, clear? Update.
From.
Work area. Same here. If you want to commit the changes immediately, use commit work. Otherwise, let the
No.
standard commit executes after the
Yes, sir.
program completion. If it is failed, in which
To
scenario
update.
update statement will fail?
If there are no
Change.
records,
Whatever the record you are passing, that is not available in
have
the
ta-
database table,
table.
right?
Yes, sir.
Let's select update. We have only two employee IDs, 101 and 100. But if you pass 102, update will fail because there is no such record available
Is
in the
no record.
database to change it. Let's try to change the existing record 100. Looks like I did not use the breakpoint. Go and check the record. It should be added with update, right? Added, right? Name is updated with some
Yes, sir.
additional value. Like that, you can update any
Yes, sir.
field value except primary key.
ID.
Primary key.
Okay,
Primary key. Yes, sir.
that is
Value.
update.
Okay, sir.
Let's try modify.
Verification.
Sorry, what is it?
Where condition we are using.
Yeah, that you have to try.
Okay, sir.
You guys have to try where condition and internal table, right? It's very straightforward.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty straightforward. Okay. Whatever
Okay.
the columns you need to update, pass the columns and the value, new value. And in where condition, pass the primary key, where
Yes,
employee ID
sir.
equal to so and so employee ID from parameter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or if you want to try, write it.
We'll try, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
try that.
We will try.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now try modify. So you can try from you can modify records from internal table as well as work area. So what is the difference
Okay.
between update and modify? Both are to change the existing records. But when you use update, if there is no record, update statement will fail. But when you are
File.
using modify, whatever the record you are passing is not available, it will create a new record,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir. New records will be created.
In your standard programs also, you can find these insert, update statements and delete statements. But after hundreds of validations, right?
Yes,
After
sir.
performing lot of validations, they'll execute these insert or update statements to create the sales order or to create the purchase order. Even inside the BAPI, somewhere
Perform
they use these
validations.
statements to create new records. Okay, but here we are using only on single table. But if you observe any BAPI function module or any other standard transaction codes, there we are going to create records in multiple tables. Okay,
Yes,
same commit and rollback. You know the difference. What
yes,
happens when we use commit and rollback?
Yes, sir.
And I
yes.
told you not to use commit work in enhancements
Hence,
Enhancements.
because it will immediately complete the logical unit of work. It will carry all the database changes to backend database, right? Even before completing the complete transaction flow, right?
Sir.
Let pass a new record 103. I think we should have added success message also. Go to table, execute. So 103 record is created, right? Because 103 record is not available. Let's try to update it. Let's add success message also.
Yes. Type is.
Yeah. Record modified completed because 103 is already available.
Available.
If you pass new record 104, it will create a new record, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's try
Yes.
deleting records. What is the syntax for delete? So you can use
Delete
multiple
from
options:
database to
deleting from work area, deleting from internal table, and deleting using where
where
condition,
condition.
right? So
Yes,
let's
sir.
use where condition. Delete from database table where column equal to some column name, a value. Whatever the employee ID I provide in the selection screen, that should be deleted. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again, commit work and rollback is common here. Right? But here, what is the input for deletion? Only employee ID, right? Do you need to enter
Yes, sir.
employee name, city, and everything to delete the records?
No, sir. Because it's a primary.
If we want to delete entire record, we'll.
See, when you execute the delete statement, it will delete the entire record only, not the specific value, right? It won't remove only employee ID and keep the remaining values. It will remove
Yes.
the
Yes.
complete record.
Entire.
But
Yes,
here we
sir.
are using a validation on employee name also. But employee name is not required for deletion, right? Yes or
Sir.
no?
Yes, sir. No need.
How
No
can
need.
you handle this? You need to unnecessarily enter the employee ID for deletion. For that, I'll change the validation like this. Name is initial and P underscore DL is initial. When we are not selecting P underscore deletion, this can be, when we selected the P underscore deletion, this can be blank, right? Correct? Yes or no? When we select deletion option, employee name can be blank. It should accept blank values also. That's why I've added this condition. If P underscore name is initial, so P underscore name is empty and P underscore DL is also empty. That means we did not select deletion check radio button. We select some other radio button. Correct? Is initial means when name is blank and deletion radio button is also blank, then only I am validating employee name. If deletion
Yes.
is selected, then I don't need to validate
Name.
employee name. That's why I've
Yes.
added this AND condition.
Okay, sir.
What is the field name? Table field name? MP underscore ID or which one?
Yes, sir.
MP
EMP
underscore
and
ID. Now execute. I'll provide 100. Select delete. Now try. I'm selecting insert and execute. It is raising a error message. Employee name is
Employee name.
mandatory for insertion. But when I select delete, record deleted. Right? So I made employee name mandatory for the rest of the operations. Insert, update, modify. Let's check the table. 100. Execute. Record is
Not even
deleted.
this one. Yes, sir.
So permanently deleted from the table. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can use where condition and different values also. Where city equal to Hyderabad, right? Where date of join is greater than some specific date. You can also use those conditions, right?
Yes, sir.
Where condition like this, where where DOJ is greater than some date. Okay. It will delete all the records whose date of joining is
2023 11.
beyond this specific date. Okay. Right. It will delete all the records. So you can use any condition for deletion. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we work with the database operations. You guys can try with internal table. It is very simple. Collect records into internal table and pass as per the syntax, right?
yes, sir.
So what you have to
Sure.
do is upload a file, prepare a data with employee records, that might be
Yes,
Excel or
sir.
Notepad, and upload that into the program internal table, right?
Sure. I did it.
And execute the transaction code. Sorry, the program to create the records in the table. Okay. To create, update, or delete. Sorry, try insert. Okay.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like direct table entry, sir, in
Yes.
conversion technique. Okay,
Yes.
sir. Okay, sir.
You can also use updating from work area, but for that you need to loop the data records. Inside the loop, you have to call this insert or update statements. Okay.
Okay, sir.
England.
Okay. Please try that one. If you're not able to do that, I'll explain it tomorrow.
Yes, I will try it.